Is your credit score low? Or maybe it's decent, but you want to get an excellent credit score. I'm going to give you 5 credit score hacks to get an excellent credit score quickly. So let's jump right in. Hey everyone, this is Lauren Mack with Hacking the Rat Race, and I would love for you to hit the like button and subscribe so you don't miss any more videos on money, saving, and investing. Like I said, I'm going to give you 5 hacks that can quickly get you an excellent credit score. There are 5 different areas that impact your credit score, and they all have different percentages. So if you're not familiar with how your credit score works, then check out my video called How to Get a Perfect Credit Score. You'll see the card above, and I have a link at the end of the video and also in the show notes below. You should definitely check that out and get a full breakdown on getting a perfect credit score. In this video, I'm going to give you 5 hacks to get an excellent credit score even faster. And if you stay to the end, I'm going to tell you an extra tip that can super boost your credit score. So let's jump right in. The first hack is great because it can accelerate your credit in so many ways, and you don't have to get into more long-term debt. This hack actually impacts 3 areas of your credit score positively and can save you so much money. The areas impacted are new credit, which is 10% of your credit score, mix of credit, which is 10% of your credit score, and finally, payment history, which is 35% of your credit score. Next time you need to purchase a car, purchase the car with a car loan, even though you have the cash to pay for the whole car. Then make 2 payments on time and pay the car off completely. The reason this hack is so effective is that you're getting a mix of credit, which is 10% of your credit score, because it's showing you can handle a car loan. Since it's new credit, it will impact 10% of your credit score, giving it a lift. Then you'll have 2 payments made on time and then satisfied a loan when you pay off. All of these will also boost your credit score. However, this hack has a cherry on top, and that's because oftentimes a car dealer will give you a better deal on a car when you're financing because they think they're going to make money on the interest payments you'll be making over time. However, you won't actually be making except for 2 of those payments, so you'll get the best deal for the car and boost your credit score. The second credit score hack affects your credit utilization, which is 30% of your credit score. Many people are unaware of credit utilization and how it works. However, credit utilization makes up a huge portion of your credit score and is only counted for revolving credit like credit cards, store cards, etc. It is not counted with installment debts like student loans, car payments, loan payments. Since people are not aware of this and how it works, they often get impacted in this area alone. People who have credit card debt think it's a good idea to lower their credit limit to rein in their spending, or they think it's a good idea overall to have lower available credit limits. This is not necessarily wrong, but you have to pay attention to the amount of money you're spending monthly or carrying on your credit card. And this is where it can get tricky. So the hack here is to find out how much money you spend on your credit card each month, or the mix between how much you're spending and or carrying. The reason is that you want that amount to be below 30% of your available credit limit. So let's say you have a balance and you're carrying that is $2,000 and that you normally add about $1,000 per month. That means per month, there's about $3,000 on this card. Even if you pay the balance in full each month, you need to determine how much you're spending because the amount on the credit card each month before you pay it off factors into this calculation. So once you know that number, so like in this example, $3,000, then you'll want to make sure your total available limit is at least 3 times that amount. So for our example, it would need to be at least $9,000 to make it even less than 30%, then say maybe $9,500. This is an area that really hurts people who have maxed out credit cards or just carry a high balance. The best way to take care of this is to pay down the balance on your card. However, The hack here is if you can't pay it down that far right now, is to call and get your credit limit raised. However, it is imperative that you don't put an even higher balance on that card because that will just bring your credit score back down. If they won't raise it high enough, then you can get it raised as high as possible and pay it down to 30% or below. This is 30% of your credit score, so it has a huge impact. The third credit score hack impacts your length of credit history, which is 15% of your credit score. People often want to close out credit cards once they pay them off, so they don't rack them up anymore. But this can impact your credit score because depending on how long you've had that credit card, it can greatly shorten your length of credit history, which can drop your credit score. This doesn't mean you have to leave every credit card open, but for this hack, you would not want to close your oldest credit card. This keeps the longest history possible. If you're very tempted to spend on your credit cards, then the best thing to do is keep it active, put a small monthly expense each month, and have it set up to automatically pay the balance in full. Then take that card, put in a baggie full of water, and freeze it so you don't have direct access or have a family member you trust or a spouse hide it so you don't know where it is. The fourth credit card hack impacts mix of credit and also payments on time. Having a mortgage on your credit score can be great because it is usually a larger amount and it helps with mix of credit. However, if you're hacking the rat race and trying to retire early as possible, then you may not want to have a mortgage, or let's say you want to travel around the world. A way to get around this is having a rental property. You want to make sure you have proper reserves. But the great thing about rental properties is that you can have a mortgage that is paid monthly and you don't have to foot the monthly bill. Not to mention, this makes an awesome income stream. This can be a great hack, but you're getting credit for the payment, mix of credit, but you're not even making the payment. That being said, it is so important you have proper reserves for repairs and vacancies. I'm about to share with you the final hack, and then I'm going to give you my super booster tip I promised you in the beginning of the video. So let's get to it. The fifth credit score hack impacts the largest part of your credit score, which is payment history, and makes up 35% of your credit score. It is imperative that all your payments are made on time. This can really tank your score, especially if you're chronically behind on payments. The hack here is to pay the minimum on everything. Go on a spending freeze and put everything you have to getting all your payments current. People oftentimes don't realize how much impact this has on their credit score. However, getting all your payments current and keeping them current can raise your credit score quickly. Now I'm going to share with you the super booster tip that is relatively easy and can make a massive impact on your credit score. If you remember in hack number 2, I mentioned credit utilization, and this makes up 30% of your credit score. Some people may not be able to get it below 30% credit utilization, or maybe they would prefer not to spend that much money to pay it down. Something you can do is get a personal loan or a consolidation loan. And here is the beauty of this. First, when you move the balance from revolving credit to an installment loan, it will make your credit utilization down to 0 if you move the whole balance, because credit utilization is not counted in installment loans. This will make a huge boost in that area because you'll be below your credit utilization. And if you recall, that makes up 30% of your credit score. Additionally, you'll have a mix of credit because you added an installment loan. It also adds new credit. And if you're behind, this can be a way to get caught up, which impacts the other 35% of your credit score. Lastly, personal and consolidation loans oftentimes have way lower interest rates, which means you'll be able to pay it off so much quicker. However, you want to make sure you use a company that does not have origination fees because you don't want to pay more for this option. You need to definitely look at all the fees and costs and compare them to paying the credit card off naturally. Now, you may be wondering, which companies don't have origination fees? I have a video here called 5 Best Personal Loans with No Origination Fees. I also have a video here, how to get an excellent credit score. Don't forget to subscribe. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next video.